Guys, what's good? It's your boy Phil. Today we are talking about yesterday's chapter of One Punch Man, chapter 165. Absolute evil. Crazy chapter. Absolutely crazy. Shit going down, that's for sure. My boy Garou with his galaxy shit going on in his body. Weird. I don't quite know how that works yet, but he's got galaxies in his body, that's for sure. Throwing nuclear bomb punches, throwing gamma ray kamehameha blasts. He's doing a lot of crazy shit, and there's a lot of unknowns from last chapter, and I guess the past few chapters as well, like what's going on with Blast. Where did Saitama go just now, right? We saw him jump. We saw him get hit with the Gamma Ray Blast, right? But what's up with that dude? Where'd he go? A lot of unknowns. What's going down next chapter? What Garou's gonna do? What his absolute evil he's about to conduct is gonna be all about. All that shit. The agreement that he has with God, the agreement, is it an agreement? He says he has free will, but it doesn't really seem like he has free will, right? I mean, based on what God is doing and all that stuff. So, a lot of crazy shit to talk about from last chapter. I enjoyed last chapter quite a bit. A lot of cool stuff. Definitely my type of chapter, but I think next chapter we get into, well, he's going to conduct his absolute evil. That's what I'm thinking. But I'm curious on who's going to step up to the plate, because when you see Garou, confront all the heroes and all that shit, there's only, the weak ones are the ones that are frightened, that are scared, that are freaking out and shit, right? Like, the business people, all those guys, the random civilians, those types of people. Those were the guys that were freaking out. But I'm trying to see who steps up to the plate, who takes on Garou. They're going to get their ass whooped, but I still want to know. I still want to know who it's going to be. So, a lot of cool things to be excited about in the coming chapters of One Punch Man. I'm excited. I hope we don't get trolled. But without further ado, let's do this shit. I want to start with Saitama, because I think that's the biggest matter at hand. So Saitama, what we found out last chapter is my boy Garou was able to copy the normal punches from Saitama, right? Because he got hit by them, he encountered them before, all that type of shit, and we've known for a while now that that's Garou's shtick, right? That's his thing. He's able to copy abilities that he's seen before, and he was able to amplify them up to a higher potential, right? So that's kind of scary, because we've seen Garou copy a lot of abilities before, and I'm actually curious if he's gonna throw out some more abilities, such as Orochi's shit, right? All those different abilities that he's encountered throughout his journey. So that's kind of scary. That's kind of scary to think about. Food for thought, though, as he encounters, some S-class hero that's going to step up to the plate. But yeah, that's crazy. He hasn't encountered a serious punch yet. I think that's probably how he's going to go down, right? Saitama's going to serious punch his ass. Maybe do consecutive serious punches. I've seen a few people talk about that. So yeah, Saitama's gonna whip out something that maybe we haven't even seen before, right? He could do that for sure. A serious punch, a really serious punch, some shit like that. So, get ready for that. Get ready for that, in 10 chapters when that eventually happens. But besides the point, Saitama, last time we saw him in chapter 165 was when Garou did his Gamma Ray Blast, and Saitama had to jump to, the stratosphere or some shit, because if the shit hit the earth, bad things would have happened. So, we don't quite know where Saitama goes. I'm assuming he tanks it. I was throwing out the idea yesterday that maybe Blast teleports him or some shit. While I do think Blast is on his way and he's going to show up, pretty damn soon, because we've got to the Blast point, right? Where shit is getting very serious and, we're going to need him to stop some shit. While we got to that point, I don't think he's coming just yet, but he's on the way for sure. Don't get it twisted. But as for Saitama, I kind of think we're on a break with Saitama. I don't think he shows up next chapter. I really don't. I think next chapter is going to be all about Garou and him, conducting his evil, whatever that means. I don't know what that even means. I think he's just going to bully people. He's just going to stomp on them, right? Because that's kind of been his whole thing. So for Saitama, I think he's going to come back. He's going to troll a little bit. He's gonna, have some witty things he says and all that shit, and then he's gonna unload the serious punch on Garou, and that's really gonna shift the spectrum. The thing that was the most cool for me in this chapter is the conversation between Garou and God, because I honestly didn't think we were gonna get any God bullshit today. I really didn't. or yesterday, I should say. I didn't think we were going to get any God dialogue between him and Garou. I mean, it was kind of obvious, right? It was kind of obvious when Garou got the powers that the bang he was seeing was a fake bang, right? But I didn't think we were going to get the dialogue between them. But it's interesting to me because Garou seems to think like he has free control of his new abilities and all that shit. I don't think that's the case. I really don't. I mean, he seems to believe it, but I don't think it's the case. I don't think I would want to, trust this being that we have in this series when it comes to shit like that. I mean, we've seen him. We've seen him do the shit to Homeless Emperor, right? Self-emulated his... Emulate? I don't know. Destroyed him. Fucked him up. We saw that shit happen with Homeless Emperor. I don't think it's gonna happen with Garou because that would suck. That would really suck if Garou just self-combusted. But is there is God gonna take control of his body or some shit? Is he gonna take Garou and then invoke his being in him and then he becomes super God and then Saitama has to stop him? Some shit like that. I don't know. I could see that for sure, but. I don't think Garou has full control, man. I really don't. I don't. I don't have a reason. I just don't. It wouldn't make a lot of sense to me, right? Why would God, who has the ace up his sleeve, right? Why would he give Garou all this power without something in return? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I don't think that Garou has full control. It's interesting to me. I would like to go back and read when did God destroy Homeless Emperor? Was it before or after Garou came into contact with him? And when did God find out about Garou? That's something I would like to research, because that would be interesting. If God just he thought Homeless Emperor would be his vessel, but now he found Garou and he's like, oh, he's a better vessel. Maybe I should go with Garou instead. I don't know. That's some food for thought for sure. But besides that, those are two things I definitely wanted to talk about. Being Saitama, where he's at, when he's going to show up again, and Garou. I don't think he's free. I don't think he's completely free. Not at all. But another thing, Blast, right? Because that's a guy that's on my radar for sure. As we push the ceiling of One Punch Man and where we've been throughout the series, I think Blast is, coming up pretty soon. I think with the retcon and everything that's going on there, I actually think that a potential matchup, if we do get the Boros alien again, I think a good potential matchup for this Garou could be the Boros alien. Or Blast. I don't think it'll be Blast, though. I think it'd be probably one of Blast's crewmates, one of those guys. But, we don't know if the Boros alien guy, the relative, or if is it another version of Boros. We don't know if it even exists in this version of One Punch Man because of the redraw. But besides that, I think that's something that would be cool. I think it would, feed the hunger of a lot of fans for sure. But just from a storytelling perspective, Boros was the pinnacle of the first season, right? Of the first saga of One Punch Man. And Garou's the pinnacle of this saga. So wouldn't it be cool if two versions of these guys fought against each other? That'd be pretty cool. But will it happen? Maybe. Probably not. I would like to see it happen, but we'll just have to wait and see. As for Blast, I think he's on the way. I don't recall right off the top of my head, what the exact dialogues were from the redraw of when we encountered Blast. It was a lot less than what we got in the original version. But I hope they keep some of the same things that we saw in the original version, like the 3 characters that we saw, like their quest that they're doing throughout the multiverses and shit, throughout the multiple dimensions. I would like that shit to stay intact, but we'll just have to wait and see. If we see Blast next chapter, I'd be pretty happy with that. I think that would be pretty cool. And I would like some of those matchups for sure, because I just really don't think any of these heroes that we have on the stage right now are class. I don't think they're worthy of fighting Garou. I really don't. I think they're all gonna get washed. I really do. Especially if he just normal consecutive punches every single one of them. GG's, man. There was someone, I forgot who said it in my fucking comments yesterday, that King is on the scene and that King could be the crux that really screws over Garou. That'd be pretty cool. That'd be classic One Punch Man storytelling. I would love to see that. I feel like some people would not want to see that, but I would love to see it. And that's kind of where we're at. That's kind of where we're at in One Punch Man. Cool stuff. I'm very excited to see what goes down in the coming chapters, in the next chapter. I hope we don't get redraws, but you know, we're due for redraws. We're always due for redraws, but nevertheless, good shit. Good shit is happening in One Punch Man. Guys, that's all I really had to say this video. That was kind of a brief recap of some of the big things to remember about in One Punch Man. We finally got Psychos. Great. Good shit. I don't really know how she's going to get intertwined in the story, or if she's going to get intertwined at all in the story. But those are kind of the main things to keep in mind as we progress forward. Guys, let me know down below all your thoughts, ideas, all that bullshit down below. What you're thinking for the future of One Punch Man. Do let me know. I enjoy reading your shit. But as always, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.